guys, welcome back. It's Mrs. Peterson, that lady who teaches art, and today I'm going to show you how to draw a cityscape in two-point perspective. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a straight edge and put a line about in the middle of my paper. One really important thing is you want to make sure that this line is perpendicular to the edge of your page or parallel to the top or the bottom of your page. So you just want a 90-degree corner, and the way to ensure that is to line up your ruler or your straight edge right with the side of the paper. I put my line about in the middle of the paper. It's a little closer to the top, but this is not that important. It doesn't matter exactly where it is, so that's just fine. Put a dot on each side. These are your vanishing points. Two-point perspective has two vanishing points, and that's how it's different from one-point perspective. And then we are going to start with the corner of our first building. So I'm going to take a line and I'm going to go straight up and down. I am closer to the left side of my paper than I am to the right side of my paper. And I'm drawing my line more above my paper and some below, but not quite as much as is above my paper. So I have more above and less below. Okay, now I want to show you something important with this, and it might be a little bit confusing, but just watch. I'm going to start at the bottom of this line that I just made, and I'm going to go to my right side. So I'm going to go to my centimeter side. I want to show you how when we measure in two-point perspective, let's say I measure off 4 centimeters for the corner of this building. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I stop. Do the same thing on this side from the top. 2, 3, 4, and stop. And then let's say I do the same thing over here for this side of the building. 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. And then do the same thing here. Line up really carefully. These lines are really important. 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. Okay, first of all, you would think that it would look like both sides are equal because they were both 4 centimeters when I drew them, right? Well, that is not the case, actually. The one on the right side is going to look smaller, and the one on the left side is going to look larger. Check out what I mean here. Take my ruler and go straight up and down, and I'm going to line up right here. The other thing you'll notice, okay, so look at that right away. Right away, we know that both of these were measured 4 centimeters, but this side looks bigger. That's because this angle is more dramatic. It's closer to the two-point perspective vanishing point over here. So this side looks like it's much longer. The other thing is you'll notice that the bottom and the top, I measured both of these off as 4 centimeters and it doesn't quite line up. And that's because the top is actually going to be a longer line. I'll show you if I put my centimeters right down on here. It actually needs to be about almost 5 centimeters. It's like 4 3/4. Because the top line is actually longer. So I just want to show you that in two-point perspective. Sometimes you're going to think, oh, I'm just going to measure this and it's going to look equal. It's not. It depends how far away it is from the vanishing point. Since this side is closer to this vanishing point and this side is further away, this one looks much longer. So I just want to show you that just so you can understand how that works. Okay, next to that building, we are going to draw another building. And the bottom of the buildings are going to be right in line because you don't just randomly have some building, sitting in the middle of the street. So they need to be lined up. And then we're going to make this building not quite as tall as the other one. I do want to measure this one off, though. I'm going to make this one 4 centimeters and show you how that looks, too. So if I just continue that line for 4 centimeters, check out how big this one's going to look. I'm going to line up the top of my ruler again, straight up, and let's say that this building is actually taller than our first building, so we need to go a little bit higher on this side. And then this is going to look really dramatic. The roof line for this building is going to go almost straight down because it's so close to the vanishing point over here. And then actually this is the front of the building, but the side that I would see on this side, I'm going to take the top here and I'm going to go to my other vanishing point. and then when I get to the top of this building, I'm going to stop. So this is like the side of this building right here. My first building, I see two sides, and I'm done with that. Okay, I'm going to go back to this over here, and I'm going to draw another building, and this time, I'm going to make it a short building. So we're going to just continue this line, and I'm going to see how many centimeters over I want it to be. Let's do another 4 centimeter building, just so that you can see how they're all going to look different. And then I'm going to go straight up from that 4 centimeter mark. Make sure my ruler is really lined up with the edge of my paper. I'm not going to go very high above my vanishing point. Now I want to finish off the roof here. I'm going to line up this and this dot, but I'm going to draw this way on my ruler, not this way. So I'm going to line up the top of that line and my vanishing point, and then go this way. There's a short building there. And then some students are like, well, what about, does it have, you know, the other side? Can I see the other side of this building? And you wouldn't, because if I lined up here, it would be like through these buildings, you wouldn't see it. Okay, for our last building, let's make this one a little taller again, just so you can see the difference. And let's take this back 4 centimeters again, just so you can see all of them are going to be 4 centimeters, but they're going to look way different. Straight up and down. And then this side's going to go, I think I went way too far. That way. Erase the extra tail. And then this side, you are going to see this because this building is shorter. You're going to see the side of this building coming back. So I'm going to go like this. Really carefully line up. All right. So now let's get rid of the horizon line that goes through those buildings. Let's add a sidewalk to our cityscape. Okay, so the sidewalk needs to be down in front of our building. So let's go straight down from here. And actually, I'm going to just draw a line straight down, and we can get rid of whatever part of it we don't need. But I know I want my sidewalk to be like 1 unit, and I want my street to be like 3 times that. So I'm going to say my sidewalk is, let's say it's 1 centimeter. Okay, so from this little corner, we're going to go back to this vanishing point for our sidewalk. And we're going to go back to this vanishing point on the other side. Didn't quite get it there. Okay, then we want to make that look 3-dimensional. So we're going to come down just like a tiny, tiny little bit on the same line, and just give ourselves another little dot to be the edge of that. Now it's going to be wider down here and get really skinny, and you're probably almost going to draw on top of the line that you drew before. Once you get further back there, that's just fine. Do the same thing here. You're going to go from the left side, and you're going to line up with that little corner, and it looks like it gets really skinny as it goes back. Okay, so we said this was 1 centimeter, so now we want our road on here, and that's going to be 3 centimeters long. So we'll go here and see what that looks like. Yeah. And back to our vanishing point. And then we can get rid of this. But I would keep the one on the little curb, and that will make more sense in just a bit. Okay, so there we have our basic outline of our shapes, and now we're going to start adding details. I will see you in part 2 of the video. I can't wait to see what you create.